Hi, my name is Archie Caine, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
So I love that. I'm gonna begin with saying that our beloved Bruce here has a tendency of misspelling the names of the bands that we're interviewing, and your name was originally Archie Caine. I thought it
Amazing.
was pretty.
I
I
don't
love that.
I don't see that anywhere. I don't know what he's talking about.
Huh?
Amazing. Dogs, dogs, go
I'm
on.
calling BS on all of it.
You have a
Dogs
dog.
are welcome on this podcast, by the way. Where's
Yes.
Loki?
Oh, no, like, in theory, lovely, but one of them was licking my ankle, and it was really putting me off. As you can see,
I'm
I'm...
British.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're British. Yeah.
I live
So
on the
you're-
south coast of England.
Nice.
I was gonna
You're
say
in
it
the
doesn't
UK.
sound like you're in London.
No. I grew up just around London, but the edges were knocked off my accent over. I've lived down here for about 10 years now, so it's just been chipped away at.
Nice. You want to get us started, Rena?
Yeah, cool. Just tell us about your project. We listened to the checked out the video. Eden, was it?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs. I don't like myself very much in that video because I apparently grossly overestimated how much I needed to stay in one place to stay in shot. So, but obviously Deanna's amazing. I like the song, so hopefully, the rest of it just kind of
So your
carries.
voice is really beautiful, and so is
Thank you.
hers. And
I grew it myself.
You have quite a vocal range.
Thanks. Yeah, I remember I was a voice soprano, like in the school choirs when I was a kid, so we always sang in church choirs and everything. And then I remember really vividly, and I knew then I loved to sing anyway, and I remember my voice started breaking, and I remember really clearly just thinking, absolutely fucking not. So I just kept on trying to sing like the same thing anyway, despite the fact that I was going around going, hello, like that awful mine was really, I don't know if you guys had it, mine was really stretched out. I had like 6 months of awful honking while my voice broke, but I kept the high range, and I think it's just because I almost like trained myself through it, because I was like, at that point I had like one, maybe max two things going for me, like I don't want to lose this one.
Right.
What was the other one? I have to
what
know.
was the other thing?
It's not, it wouldn't do to tell it in mixed company.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh no, we need to hear it now.
I'll tell you another time.
All right.
I think
So
he's insinuating he has a large penis.
I will leave that to your listeners' imagination.
I've actually got
What
a
a fucking
nickname.
humble brag, dude.
Hey.
Like that was the best one I've seen on the show so far.
British, see? We do passive aggressive very well.
I'm Finnish, so we share that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair, gotcha.
So I'm looking. While we were prepping for the show, I'm looking over your bio. Is it true that the inspiration for the song came to you in a dream?
Yes, not for the song, for the whole album. Did you get a chance to listen to the last track on the album?
I did not.
Okay, so it goes like, I'm speeding up a bit because it's 3 minutes long, but it goes like etc. Like, and that kind of theme just repeats throughout it. And I had a dream where I was being carried around by a load of skeletons playing trumpets, playing that song. And I don't normally dream music, which is really frustrating, being a musician.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I was humming this, because it's sort of simple, but in the way that it immediately just lodges itself in my consciousness and never vacates it again. So I was humming this tune for ages, walking on it as I did the dishes, as I walked the dogs, and I thought, I should do something with this then. All right, then who is this character? Why is he being carried around by skeletons playing trumpets and doing this? So I ended up writing a short story. I don't think it's very well written. I'm not a writer by trade, but in order to make the idea take shape. And then I sat down with Bo, the other main songwriter on the project, and said, what point do you think songs could happen here? And it just grew into this.
All right.
So how long did it take to make the record then?
say about a year and a half, start to finish. There's probably a little bit of time before it kind of properly started, where I was just in a casual, unofficial way fucking about with it. Because originally it was just going to be like a little 3-5 song project that I did in my bedroom, and it just kind of grew exponentially. But I'd say it was properly being worked on from first, okay, other composers, what are we doing about this, to we have the masters back, probably about a year and a half, roughly.
It's amazing, right? When people listen to a song, very rarely do they think like how much effort goes into the writing of it, and then the recording and the production and the mixing and the mastering. Like it all takes so much creative effort to pull all of it off.
Oh yeah, honestly, I mean, I started it kind of not like hugely active, but in musical theatre, and you know what you're always told when you train in theatre is that 99% of your career is just going to be waiting around, and I found really that translates so perfectly into recorded music and also performance, because if you're waiting 5 hours for a sound check but you can't leave the venue, like literally so much of this project has just been like, well, it's probably more like other people waiting for me to finish things and give them the things I told them I would do, because this is the first time I've done anything like this, so I've been learning every step of the way all the least efficient ways to do anything. So there's been so many things like, yes, Ghost, I promise I will have all the files for you by next week, and then somehow it gets to it and none of the studios have had availability, so a day beforehand I've been scrabbling around. So yeah, an awful lot of waiting for everyone involved, mainly waiting on me. But yeah.
I worked with a producer one time, and he used to put up this paper sign. It said, "Hurry up and wait." Yeah,
literally, it's just it got to a point where kind of about 2/3 through, where it's at the point where it's really exciting because everything is really like in gear now. This is happening. It's real life. Other people are involved, but also everything that's now happening at this point takes time. So it's literally, I'm so excited to get up in the morning, be really anxious and excited about this project, and shit all happen on it for about 3 weeks, and then the same morning again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the record's been out like, I don't know, maybe a month or so, 3 weeks, something like that. What's been the response to it so far?
Really, really gratifying. Really good. I just amazing. The stats numbers are really good. The contact I've had with people who've heard it or played it or reviewed it has just been incredible. And I feel like I finally made it because I had my first and only, so far, hate comment on YouTube.
Congratulations.
But, thank you. But it came the same day as someone, God love him, wrote to me asking me to send him a signed photograph from France, which flattered me immensely. So it balanced out.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the mean comment?
Yeah.
Oh, it was something like it was some. I think it was something like it's no surprise this has had only 2,000 views. I hope you haven't given up your day job. And so I just wrote back really politely, I'm also really surprised that in only 2 weeks this has had only over 2,000 views, and this is my day job, so thank you. I won't quit.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm genuinely astonished and gratified and humbled and flattered and all the other slightly wanky things people say when they've got a record out. But I really am. It's been amazing.
Are you planning on taking this on the road at all?
I'd like to. And if anyone listening has the knowledge and cash to help me do that, let me know.
I like that. Right. That's awesome.
Say it again, Bruce. Sorry, we were laughing on.
No, I said cash is the thing that drives for sure.
Oh yeah. So did you do the orchestration?
No. Bo and their wife Holly, who are the other kind of songwriters, composers involved in this, we've all known one another for years and years. So the concept was mine, and the shape of lots of the songs was mine. But they're much better instrumentalists and orchestrators than I am. So in general, it's a kind of 3-person composition. In practice, lots of the fiddly orchestration arrangement stuff was down to them, and then lyrics and melodies are kind of roughly, on average, split between the 3 of us. I'm just going to have to plug this in.
Yeah.
And the wire's not quite long enough. Hang on.
No worries. Is there a message or something you want your fans to walk away with after listening to an Archie Caine record?
Oh hell. Probably quite a few. Anything from the kind of real, I think, message that ended up coming through in the story of the album, which is that you're never truly alone, and there's always hope, even when you've stopped bothering to expect it. Right down to the mundane thing of if people walk away with a message to please buy my stuff, like that's great. I love eating and paying rent.
Right. That's the best message, right?
Yeah,
Eating and paying
Yeah,
rent
I
is a
love
great message.
yeah. But no, it's I think a lot of it kind of fell into shape around the kind of rough ideas I had. So a lot of it was almost as if it's perspectives I was receiving just as much as anyone who then ends up going to listen to it. And yeah, I think it's a lovely story, if I say so myself, about finding what's on the other side of loneliness and despair. And it's usually that it lies in other people. And it doesn't matter too much if you realize that or not, because at some point it's usually going to happen anyway.
Interesting. That was very deep.
Hey, do you know what?
Process.
I've never thought of it that way before, and I just heard that kind of come out, and I thought, damn, I wish I'd said that earlier. That's a great answer to that question.
That was an exclusive?
Yeah,
We got
it
an
realize it other
exclusive.
people. Brilliant. There we go.
So now he's gonna want a copy of that so he
Right.
can put it back into his bio and use it for future interviews.
Oh, don't worry. I'm a singer. I'm going to forget in 10 seconds.
Do you
Hey,
find
Oh, careful now. I'm a singer too. I know I can remember stuff for at least 15. So
Fair, valid.
speak
Yeah,
for
yeah.
yourself.
Every single cover song I've ever done, most of which have now been scrubbed from the internet, but every single one I've ever done so far, that always has one line or one word or whatever that I know, and then when it comes to recording, just something else completely.
Yeah.
I wrote,
That has happened.
with other people, these songs, and even with a couple of them when I was recording, I had the paper behind the microphone with the words on, because the second you get there with the cans on, you're just like, how the fuck does this tune go? What is this song? Yeah.
Do you find it cathartic pouring your emotions into the songs?
I do. There was a lot less of that in this record than stuff I've worked on previously, just because of how it evolved quite narratively. But yeah, I really do. I mean, I'm like about 70% of all performers, I'm emotionally stunted. So music is the only thing that makes me feel properly alive and emotionally mature anyway. So
I really like this. You're just got quotes coming out your ass today. It's just like
You
fucking
really
great.
are on a fucking roll here, dude.
Yeah.
It's true.
I try.
You're all weak, I bet.
Quotes
Yeah.
coming out your ass.
Sorry.
I'm not sure if we just
I'm
insulted our
being
guest.
me here. I'm just being me here.
So what do you have next?
So
Are
do
you
you-
planning on doing the single routine? Are you gonna like the new business model of a single every 4 to 6 weeks? Or are you dropping a record? Or how's it gonna work?
So my plan is a couple of alternate versions of songs from the album. Don't entirely hold me to that, because that may end up not happening or happening at some other point in favour. But the rough in-head plan is a couple of alternate versions of songs from the album, a couple of standalone singles in like a little self-contained EP, and then start the release cycle of album 2, which is probably going to be single, full album again. And then the fourth thing is also in the beginning stages of being planned as well.
Oh, so you've got a lot of stuff lined
Okay.
up and ready.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
I'm a fantastically lazy person, and I've just figured out the way to make the next 4 years as stressful for me as possible.
Nice.
I like that thinking, because that's what we all need is more stress in our lives, because there isn't
I-
enough.
I didn't
in
lack it,
society, and
Yeah.
it's keeping us from reaching our potential. But
Yeah.
I think, what I think? That fourth thing should absolutely be 80s glam rock with the name Archie Caine.
Yes. Fuck you, Nina.
See, I might change my name to that on Facebook.
I didn't put that on. Wait, I didn't put that in the Zoom, did I? No. There's no
Yeah.
proof of
It
that
was there
anywhere.
for a while. It was
There is no
there in
proof
the-
of that anywhere, Archie.
in the calendar invite. And now that you have insinuated about your large member,
Oh,
Archie Caine.
I'd like for the
is your
record, that's
porn
just-
name.
That's what you took from that. I mean, oh, no, people are going to be listening to this and thought, fuck me, he's just started this podcast, and the first thing he's gone is, I've got a massive penis. No.
So, let me tell
we
you a
call
quick
that lead
story.
singer disease.
Yeah, let me tell you a story. The first time we met Rena was we were interviewing her for her band Silentium, and she ended up giving me the nickname Mr. Soda Can. So you're in good company.
Fair.
Suddenly, these guys are talking about how to tattoo a penis, and apparently, soda cans are like key in the process.
I don't remember that conversation. Is that something we talked about?
I remember it
we had
perfectly.
interviewed a tattoo artist.
I don't remember.
Right.
We interviewed a famous tattoo artist, and he was telling us how he was tattooing penises, and his secret trick was to use a soda can. And
Wow, that's totally blowing. I
At
don't
which,
remember that.
how does that?
you drape over it and pull it tight, and then you can. Yeah.
My question exactly. And then I was like,
what? Does he mean?
Tongue like
No,
a soda can.
I thought you meant like you put the soda can in the foreskin or something, like to hold it steady. Or just think, how does this factor in? Honestly, though, for that whole little penis tattoo interlude, my balls were trying to retract.
Yes.
Why
do we have?
When I got my tattoo done there, I had to use a Foster's can, just so you know.
God. So he had to use a shitty ass beer.
Bruce had to use a keg.
Right, thank you, Rena. Right.
I would like to apologize to you on behalf of my two co-hosts.
Oh no! Do you know what? Like I
We're
love this.
somehow obsessed with huge penises and soda cans.
Trust me, I'm a British homosexual. This is nothing I haven't heard.
Well, the conversation went right down the tubes.
Right down the what?
It's amazing though. I tend to have this effect on any group of people in about 2-3 minutes max. Not intentionally, it just somehow happens. And I love the fact that I've never seen or spoken to any one of you in my life, and suddenly we're talking about how to use beer cans to tattoo cocks.
Or kegs.
Kegs in your case, Bruce, yeah.
Yeah, but the keg wouldn't work though because it's not a flat surface, so you'd get like squiggly lines. Like it wouldn't work.
Maybe, unless you're tattooing a snake, then that could like actually be a good thing.
Right.
You know, a little
And in my
snake
case,
on
it would be an anaconda.
Python, you know.
We're all terrible people.
I know.
So I watched a video with floating angels earlier, and now we're talking about tattoos.
This is the two extremes, I think. You know.
Oh, I'm gonna choke.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was already apologizing for my messed up makeup, but today has been fucking hilarious, start to finish.
We have had a really good day of podcasting today. Some great conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's
Okay, so we know now that there's 3 things coming, and then the glam rock album. We know that you're going to start doing porn with that massive penis of yours by the name Archie Caine. But tell us where your fans can find you. And now we're referring to the music, not the porn, because that's only in the works.
God.
You know.
That's number 4.
All the places that you might listen to music, really. Instagram, hell. The green one. Spotify. Thank you. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube, you know. Things on Instagram, Facebook. And if you get really stuck, type in Archie Caine to Google. I got a Bandcamp because that was the simplest way to sell CDs, because I couldn't bear the idea of having to figure out how to put like a web store on my actual website.
And if you go there on Fridays, right, it's free.
Yes.
You guys get the full price, right?
Yeah. So that's also fun. They've done surprisingly nicely, actually, because, you know, in an industry that by and large does not function on physical medium anymore. So that's been quite pleasant.
Where's that echo coming from?
Yeah, all of a sudden we got an echo.
Do you know, I just noticed that, and I thought I'm not going to say anything in case I'm just imagining it.
Does someone have their speakers on?
I do not.
Maybe. Oh, I can't hear echo. I just hear a buzzing.
So if you can't hear it, it's probably
Test me.
It's coming from Rena.
That's for the Archie Caine shit.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I deserve it. I'm gonna bow my head in shame and go and come back.
My friend Theo and I. Theo's also he plays drums for me live and did a video for Faster, which is coming out soon, and is like so much of a technical shit. It's amazing. When he and I interviewed Diana Valkiersberger, I had an interview like that for some reason because Theo and I were in the same room but on opposite sides of it. At our computers, I had an echo of myself like that in my ear for the entire thing. So there's a couple of points where like Diana or Theo will say something and you can just see me like and just completely blue screen for a second. It's because I'm trying to talk while I've got my own voice like a minute behind coming in my ears. Oh, really stressful.
It gets confusing.
Yeah.
Nice. Chris, you got anything else?
I don't, man. This interview went places I did not think it was going to go.
Sorry,
which
dude.
is okay.
It is what it is.
This is our podcast, though. So this is what happens.
That's fine. That's pretty much like the inside of my brain anyway, so that's fine.
Shit just goes crazy here.
Just for the record, we do have notes, and I prep them ahead of time and send them out to everyone, but we never really stay on the notes. It just goes where it goes.
That's fair.
And it's usually
like
because of our Finnish partner that things get all fucked up. I don't know if she heard that.
And she shows up right on time.
She's smiling too
I
much.
did not.
I said it's usually because of our Finnish partner that things get all fucked up, but
True. I'm the scapegoat. That's my job. You know. Did I fix the echo thing?
you did. It's great. Rena, you got anything else before we go then? Now that you cared to do
No, I
it.
just wanted to extend my deepest gratitude towards Archie, who has been a great sport and an excellent addition to the show. So thank you. It was lovely talking to you. Everybody go check out Archie's music and yeah, it's
Archie
Caine,
not Archie Caine.
Indeed.
Archie
Yeah.
Caine.
Yeah.
That comes later, and that will be on RedTube and Pornhub. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time. Hope it wasn't too bad, and thanks for hanging with us.
Brilliant. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
You do.
Be well.
All right,
Cheers.
see you later.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.